Hello everyone and welcome once again to the Tennessee State Disc Golf Championships presented by Discraft. Big shout out to Discraft for being the supporting and presenting sponsor of this event and this coverage, and also to Flight Factory Disc. Conrad, we're back here at Panther Creek. We've got the back nine stretch coming up for this lead card. What can we expect to see?
We saw from the front that the course did a little bit of separating. Everyone came in at 12 under, but everyone did not finish the front nine squared up. The back nine is going to be just as challenging with a little up and down.
All right, the back nine does not start out easy. Here we go with a par 5, 740 feet. Go as far forward up this hill as you can. The closer you can get to these trees that are right here, the better. But as soon as you get into this area, you've got another 80 feet, and then you break off hard right down the hill with another tricky sloped green. So a 4 or 5 here is a really good score.
Chris starting things off here. As you can see, he is lighting it up 8 down so far through the front 9, even with a blemish. You can see he's now 20 under par so far. So it's like that scorch once again.
Oh
no.
That took all the steam off of that. Luckily, he did still make it out to the opening, but that just ruined all the momentum he had going forward.
The one branch on that tree there that can affect it. You can see it. They're just... Matteo wants no part of it. He throws a laser.
It's almost identical to what he did yesterday, but he's further up this time.
Yeah, he liked that one. The crowd likes it as well. Matteo, always the showman. Nicholas going right up the gut as well. Fading off a little bit into the hillside on the left-hand side.
That'll give him maybe a favorable angle into the mouth. Ooh, Kobe.
A little high there, going above the branch that Dickerson hit, and that fades and stalls out to the left as well. That's going to leave him a longer shot here for his second.
Chris is up first. Trying to work his way into the gap and still manage to move to the right. He has done that.
Finishing towards the right there. Chris Dickerson has an underrated forehand. Every time he breaks it out, he's accurate with it and he gets a good amount of distance.
Kobe doing a little flex, but he got nicked by a little limb and just pushed him to the right. He's still in play, so he still has an opportunity to score on the hole.
Nicholas maybe a little too straight there, and we'll have to see where that ended up.
Looks like that got stopped up top, didn't make it past the top of the hill.
Navigating the turn nicely there's Matteo as he goes with the mid-range to get himself in position.
That'll give him a look, but I don't think that's anything that he wants to run with that hill. Yeah, Kobe's still up top in the gap, so he needs to work his way down to the right, but not too far. Oh,
early tree there on the right knocks him further into the right-hand bunker there. Nicholas going with another forehand. Looked like a berg. Couldn't quite tell. Flew like a berg. And he'll have that left. About a 28, 32 footer. I don't have my tape measure with me, but pretty sure that's what it is.
Chris sees something that he likes. He's going for nice turnover line. You really wanted to settle before the basket and slide up?
Like that?
Yeah, if you can.
That works.
Yeah.
Even out of position, making this hole look easy. Kobe long. Anheuser jump putt?
Yeah, whatever works.
Wow. Put the brakes on perfectly. That was nice. Matteo laying this up here.
Trying to make sure it doesn't get any roll away.
You'll have that left for his birdie.
And Nicholas trying to make
He's hit the band a couple times dead center this round.
Yeah, that one was a little off to the right, so that's why he got kicked to the right. Got a little bit of roll away, so he has a little bit of work to do to come back. Oh, and his cage coming back.
Touch low. Coming back up, that can happen quite often. Kobe with the par there after getting knocked around by some of the trees on the way to the baskets. Limiting the damage. Unfortunate bogey here for Nicholas.
Mario tapping in for his bird.
Playing that hole beautifully. Chris Dickerson navigating his way to an unlikely birdie after that drive. Chris Dickerson can now legally drink as he is 21 under par.
It was important for me to partner with a retailer that could help with growing my brand and making my products available all over the country and across the world. Flight Factory has helped me accomplish that. Check out all of my gear and thousands of other discs at Flight Factory.
Hole 11. Thank you, Flight Factory, again for your drone footage. Par 5, 620 feet, going back up the hill again. You've got to pretty much thread the needle through these trees, get into a general area near here, throw again through more trees to another landing area that is full of rocks. It's very difficult footing on this hole. Chip up, hopefully get your 4 or 5 here.
A very tall order here. Get it because the hole is up high.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, I tried anyway.
Yeah,
but it's all about positioning for these first few shots. And
early kick there to the right-hand side for Chris. Gets a little forward roll.
That's going to put him out of position from where he wanted to be. He'll still have a little time to make it up. Matteo going with a low penetrating hyzer, getting a flare roll and ollie off the tree.
Not favorable positioning there as he's going to have some awkward footing up against that tree to try to generate any power going uphill.
Kobe getting he's next to a tree as well.
Don't think he'll be quite as obstructed though as he can lean out a little more. Nicholas going more towards the meat of the fairway and finishing
clean
in good position there. Yeah, the footing on pretty much any shot where you land here is very difficult. It's Chris having to navigate around some rocks and just gingerly stepping across. And gets a late kick there, but it didn't really cost him too much as that disc was already slowing down. Matteo getting a little bit too turned on that forehand there. As you can see, he didn't have any run up whatsoever. And Kobe doing the standstill as well with his forehand right into that tree. This hole is very tricky.
I told you it was a tall order.
You can see here the uphill run-up that Nicholas Masters is dealing with on his second. Even after a good drive, you still have to deal with awkward uphill footing. Just takes away so much of your momentum and power. And he pushes this up further, and that's in good position there to be able to get up and down for a possible birdie look from where he is. Chris looking to flex a forehand on his third shot.
Took a very steep angle with that. Did make some forward progress, but still a little bit of work to be done to get to the green. Kobe finds another tree and some rocks. So still some work on his part to get to the green as well.
Nearly up all the way onto the flats there for Matteo, but he's still got a long look at it.
He will be able to see the basket.
Chris with a nice soft forehand approach there with what looked to be a zone. limiting the damage. Colby with a nice soft backhand approach as well, stopping maybe 15, 18 feet from the pin. Nicely done there by Nicholas. Matteo with a long look here.
Oh.
No.
I hate this place.
He doesn't mean it. He's in his feelings right now.
Good par save there after getting banged around there by Colby. Hole 11 will make you feel like that. And beautifully played there by Nicholas to bring home the birdie on this hole.
And Chris taps in his par. As Matty taps in his par as well.
Hole 12. This is a very difficult driving hole because of the amount of trees. It's only 370 feet and it's all the way downhill. But due to all these trees, 3 is a good score, but a 2 is even better. So as long as you can break through those trees and get out into this open and get a putt at this hole, you're doing well.
After watching this hole, I'm starting to believe more and more that a 2 is very possible, more than plausible, but not after that kick. That kick's going to put him out of position. He'll still be able to pitch up and save a par. What?
You're seeing it here. A Chris Dickerson thumber.
Oh.
Squares the tree.
Wow.
And a Matteo thumber. Gets
Ooh.
caught up in the cabbage. Gets down a little bit and gets a little bit of roll. But is still not down there. He's going to be able to pitch up at best to try to save a par.
Kobe's going from the back of the tee box. Oh,
He was going the
ooh.
outside right-hand line with a flexor. Zach Melton will tell you all you need to do is just throw a left-handed hyzer here and hit the lock, as he did that during the practice round we were out here with him. Nicely done there for
That's a nice
Kobe.
recovery. Yep. Yeah, as rare as and as difficult as the 2 appears to be, you definitely don't want to walk away with anything more than a 3. You may have to activate scramble mode, but ooh, that's so far past the basket. He's pushing circle 2.
I wonder if he was trying to ring that up from back there.
Matteo, oh, he had the line. That roll was unnecessary, though. Wow. That puts him outside of the circle as well. With a look having to come back up the hill. Nicholas Masters says he wants no part of the rolling action that he's seen and lays it up just short of the basket. Here's Matteo trying to come back.
It's a long look, and he's dealing with that log as well in between his stance.
Ooh,
man.
just off the front, but it does stay still. Stupid log.
Chris step putt. Just off the front cage there.
Chris kind of used the log to propel himself. Still ended up a little short. Kobe is tapping in the par.
Good save after hitting early on that right-hand side and getting a triple kick there.
Yeah. Nicholas also taking his par. limiting the damage. A very unhappy bogey. So Mario is taking, as well as Chris Dickerson.
Hole 13, par 4, 590 feet. You've got a couple of routes here that you can take. You can take the hyzer side down the right, or you can take a turnover route down the left. You've got a low ceiling on that left side though. But if you can get out here in the open, you've got a great opportunity to get a birdie. Just be careful on that initial drive. Don't go too far left, as you could end up in the road.
Nicholas Masters going with the forehand route here. It looks like he's cutting out a little early, not going to make it to the basket. But it's out in the field, so he should be able to get up and down pretty easily.
Yeah, you just want to make the gap here. With this being a pretty soft par 4, you just want to get out there and give yourself a look. Little maintenance there on the course by Kobe.
Yep, helping the next players through.
Just about where Nicholas ended up. Dickerson also going with the forehand.
See if we can push it a little straighter.
He blitzed this there in round 1.
A little low though. Ooh. Yeah, so he takes the forehand, but he goes out the right side and just leaves one out there on anti-deflects all the way down by the pin. That just came out a little low. Mario liked the idea, but did not execute. It did hit that tree that was right in the middle.
He still has a wide open gap, though, to get down. He's got plenty of power to get all the way down there. Maybe a little low.
A little low. So that's going to leave some meat on that bone. Definitely walk away with a par, but that birdie is a long look there.
Kobe with an overstable approach disc here. Leaves it about 28 feet or so.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be any wind out there adversely affecting the flight of the disc. Sometimes you have to worry about that in this open field. We've seen it take people's lunch on 4.
Yeah. Chris hiding out in the shade. Smart man on a hot day. Well, there's not much shade out under there at all. Never mind. Beautiful touch on that forehand approach there. Leaving himself a drop in for the birdie. Mario a little low out of the hand there. A little right.
Kobe tapping his birdie in. Chris doing the same. Ooh, that looked a little scary.
It did. A little bit of a bounce back there, but it sticks in there for the birdie, and Matteo upset with the par, rightfully so. It's definitely one that you're drawing up the birdie on when you first get to that tee pad.
Yeah, well, if not the eagle.
Yes, very true.
Especially with the power that he has. So Chris bouncing back with a birdie. Definitely would like to see that on the scorecard after taking a bogey.
Hole 14, par 4, 465. This is a great opportunity for your long throwers to get a good look at an eagle. You grip and rip coming up this hill. Normally the disc lands somewhere up around this angled pine on your left side. You got an easy little chip up to the basket for an easy birdie, hopefully.
See how aggressive Nicholas wants to be here.
It's a little taller, moving to the left. So it ends up short and to the left.
Looks like he stayed in bounds there out near that roadway.
Yep. Still able to get a birdie from over there.
Well, Kobe got tied up in the trees during the first round. He's throwing this even higher.
He's trying to get to the top of the trees.
It's going to fade out left. Don't tell me it gets stuck again. All right.
No.
That time it finds its way back down to the ground.
It had no choice but to stall out, though. I don't even know if it doesn't look to be extremely windy, but...
He just put the nose up there. Chris getting
fancy with it.
Yeah, some fancy footwork there from the defending champion, putting himself up near that last tree there. The last big obstacle to beat. And Matty O had almost a tap-in eagle yesterday.
Oh.
That is turned over, however. There is definitely some wind there. So that's getting pushed over to the right, and you can see the trees rustling there. Got a hold of that disc.
Oh, yeah, there's the wind.
There you hear it, yep. Hobie. Beautiful line on this approach. Just needs to check up nicely, and it does.
Just pushes it behind the pin. Let's see what Nicholas does here. He has putter in hand. Right. And great touch.
Very nicely done. Stress free there. Matty O going with the forehand with that blue disc again. It's got to be an anvil. It looks like an anvil.
Well, I was going to say my anvil doesn't fly like that, but again, I'm not Matty O, so.
Chris with a long look here for an eagle. Floated up there. He'll have a drop-in birdie.
Mm-hmm. Kobe with a bird. Just like he drew it up.
That high nose up release.
Just like he drew it up.
Birdie for Matty O as well.
Really, if you're not getting a bird, you're losing a stroke to the field. So
yes,
that's like the bare minimum that you need here.
These last two holes are really birdie or die.
Yeah.
3 out of 4, and Chris makes it another star frame here on hole 14. Bringing Chris down to 22 under par at the moment.
Hole 15, par 4, 650 feet. You want to keep the disc down, but really just a powerful drive far forward as you can. Being a little left here will help you with the angle into the basket. As the drone flies, if you come in this angle, it's going to be a little more difficult to score. But as you can see as we turn the corner here, another angled green that goes straight down, and anything long of this basket is automatic extra stroke.
This is one of those really fun drives just to let something rip. As long as it's the right disc, you don't end up over in the woods on the right.
Yeah, and this is quite the drastic change scoring-wise from the last hole. The last hole played nearly a full stroke under par. It's 0.75 under par. Where this one is almost playing 2 parts at 3.93. So a birdie here definitely much more difficult to get.
Oh yeah, without question.
Kobe making the adjustment. He said then there was no way he was going to be in that right stuff after round 1 ever again. And he made sure of that.
Mm-hmm. It's a good landing spot there to be able to approach the mouth of
that second opening. Chris was feeling the wind and expecting this to flip up, and it is not.
Oh, wow.
And that takes a big skip.
Yeah. That like had no chance of not being OB.
Matty O making the adjustment, maybe a little too well.
Yeah, he may be a little bit too close to the opening. It's going to make that approach inside that gap a little bit more difficult.
He will be pinched. He might have an over-the-top look of some sort here. So Chris taking his meter in from the road. Approaches the opening and
he gets in
pretty much on the right-hand side, but still has made that gap.
Yeah. He has snuck by the 2 guardians.
Kobe here, you can hear the wind really starting to pick up here, and you can see it rippling his pants and shirt. A little early on that turn, but
okay, it pushes through.
Sneaks through, and you can see it heading towards the pin there at the end of that flight underneath the tree limbs.
That's a very well executed shot.
Was it though?
It was.
Nicholas not quite turning this one like he would have liked, but that tree keeps him in play with a possible look. However, the ceiling in there and those little twigs and vines may not let him have a clean putt.
Here's Mario. He is looking at the over-the-top option here.
Almost a grenade type shot.
Yeah, almost. And
it rolls back out. Yeah.
Hopefully it rolled and sat down and didn't continue going down that hill. That's a steep grade right next to the basket.
It is. Chris with a long look here for par after going out of bounds, and that will drop in and he'll take an unfortunate bogey here.
Yeah. Nicholas down to a knee. Oh, wow. Just inches away from going in.
Hitting the band and the cage. This would be a good birdie to get here for Kobe, and he does just that. Nicholas with his par drop in.
Matty, oh wow, it stopped right next to the basket for Matty so he can get his bird.
Perfect.
And Chris Dickerson taking a bogey. It's the second one on the back so far.
Still has a pretty comfortable lead though, 21 under par over this particular card, but there are some movement on the chase cards. Again, we want to thank our Patreon crew, our Ace Runners, for always supporting coverage like this. Check us out at patreon.com/AceRunPro. Starting at just $3 a month, you get access to giveaways monthly and quarterly. Exclusive content, early content, all at patreon.com/AceRunPro.
An idea, a spark. Creativity is the lifeblood of ingenuity. The thought, a catalyst to progression. We create to inspire, to provide quality of mind. Because without the mind, the body is nothing. Without the body, the mind is nothing. Thought space. Elevate your mind. Elevate your game.
Hole 16, par 3, 365. Another hole going downhill. You're looking at the sidearm for the righty. Also, rollers work really well here. But you want to keep it as far left as you can. You want to break somewhere in front of these trees, hopefully getting a good skip towards the basket and getting the opportunity for the two.
Kobe taking the forehand route a little inside. It could still work out for him. That tree bunker got him. So depending on where he is, he may have to pitch through the bunker or around it, or he may end up having to lay up. This is the more, whoa. Okay, that's too straight.
Yeah. Matty went backhand on this, I think, first round?
Mm-hmm, he did.
Go with the forehand look that time.
That looks like it has some stability to it.
Yeah, got an early hit there, but rolls out to the opening.
Mm-hmm.
Should be able to pitch up from there. Chris going with the forehand as well. So 4 forehands.
Ooh, that's low. Whoa, too low.
And it cuts back to the right. Just does stay out of the high stuff here. But this is a tricky shot. You've got a little bit of a lift and then a drop towards the basket.
Throws him to the ground again. Really not even moving into a position where he can full on attack from there to try to save his par.
Smooth touch on that forehand there for Nicholas, going around that last tree bunker. Chris looking to do the same.
Conceding that he's going to end up taking another bogey.
From a knee here. Not much you can do there with that low ceiling.
Having to go around. Manuel has a chance to possibly get a 2 here with this putt.
And oh my God.
And he was going for it 100%, that's for sure.
Chris limiting the damage there to a bogey.
Kobe tapping in a par, as will Nicholas and Matteo.
Hole 16 playing a little tough for the lead card. Did average over par just slightly at 0.12 above the par 3 rating.
Hole 17, par 5, 635 feet. Do not go off of this fairway. That is an automatic 1-stroke, possibly 2. If you can get your drive to land somewhere in this area, maybe a little more forward for the longer throwers, you've got a great opportunity to score. If you can thread the needle and get a good skip forward, you can also get an opportunity for an eagle here.
If you haven't seen rounds 1 coverage with this hole, you definitely need to go back and take a look. That is a special treat.
Could be getting a little bit of a late kick into the left-hand side. We'll have to see how far that pushed him in. Matty doesn't like it. He used his full name. That's never a good thing. And that goes into the left-hand side as well.
No one is hitting the gap on the right that everyone took during the first round thus far.
See if Nicholas can do it here. There you go. There's
there
a
you
gap
go.
hit. Oh, that drops.
Like, did it hit something, or was that a pocket of cold air or something that just...
Yeah, just air bounced down.
Does he want to miss it?
Tight.
He lands in the fairway, so that's a bonus. He will have a legitimate run up and not be penalized by trying to pitch out of the rough.
Yeah, lining up an undertaker here for his second shot.
Flips that up, does a little maintenance, and that kind of...
Push to the right. It kind of kept it to the right there.
Yeah.
But with this being a par 5, he's still not out of contention for the birdie.
Oh, so Kobe didn't go all the way in, which is a bonus, but it is going to limit his shots selection.
Just pitching out smartly with an overstable disc.
And that's a great out from there as well. Nice advancement down the fairway.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what Nicholas can put together from here. In the best position off the tee so far for the group. Going inside of that fairway tree. And that's a long look for the eagle.
Looks like it might actually be inside the circle.
Not a long look at all. Never mind. That's well within his range.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe flipping one nicely up there. Gets an odd bounce off of that root and puts him close to another root.
Matteo going outside wide and landing softly and getting the roll.
Right about where Kobe was.
Yeah.
Chris with a forehand approach, stepping out around the trees and vines here. Beautiful touch.
Yes.
All right, this is for eagle here for Nicholas.
Oh, off the front of the cage.
Just low there. Kobe for the birdie.
And he gets that one.
Dropping it in. Hole 17 did see 8 eagles total during round 2.
Matteo putting that one in the center to get his winner chicken dinner birdie.
Birdie for Nicholas as well, and Chris with the birdie, another star frame on hole 17.
Hole 18, par 3, 365. We would like to thank Flight Factory Disc for sponsoring the drone previews for this event. Visit flightfactory.com to get your hands on some incredible disc golf gear and accessories. You want to keep the disc low here. Anything high is going to get caught up in the trees and not give you a great opportunity to score. But something out wide over to this side, like I said, low, something skipping, that will give you a great opportunity to look at that too.
Kobe's up first on the box, trying to finish out strong here. And that has a lot of movement up and down. And not quite low enough, gets clipped by a tree on the right side. It's going to leave him with a possible putt depending on how the canopy looks over there.
Pretty common play to see that right side knock the disc down. You'll either that or you'll see early left.
That one looks like
it's not
was
down
coming true, but
had a good line. Would have
Yeah.
liked to have seen that finish and see how close it might have come to actually going in. Nicholas, smooth delivery, looking to cut inside of the tree bunkers there on the left. More towards the open side of the hole, and that'll leave him a long look for a possible 2.
it's possible those lenses may be in his way, but he may be able to step outside of those. Chris going with a forehand this time.
Yeah, he's made some changes this round from round 1. This is one of them. He went backhand during the first round, cuts the forehand into the ground a little early low, and leaves him at a similar position to where he was during round 1, actually. Little
Off to
wide
the right, just a bit. Kobe eyeing this one up. Yeah, you can see his eyes. He doesn't completely cover it.
Yes, and like I said, he's not quite full Calvin Heimberg mode on those putts.
He's playing peekaboo with his.
Just seeing what he needs to see, and that's it. Limiting the focus. Nicholas here with a long look for a possible birdie. He's quite a bit out.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
knocks it home.
Great putt.
Right over the cage there. Let's see that on the doggone good disc golf run back. Steps right through center low, but never in any danger of missing right or left. Beautiful putt there for Nicholas Masters to finish out his round. Daddy-o. Kicking the tree for good luck at the end there. Big putt to finish his day as well. A little bit of a disappointing round there for Matty, but he's still 19 under for the tournament. Just 2 off of the pace from Chris Dickerson. There you see the scoreboard for our particular card. Dickerson at 21, Matteo at 19, Nicholas Masters at 14, and Kobe Childress at 17 down. Taking a look there at our full leaderboard heading into the final round, we will be switching locations over to the Rotary Disc Golf Club, a much more scoreable friendly layout for the lead card to attack.
And if you're familiar with the course, they're actually playing the OG layout, which leaves plenty of room for birdies.
Absolutely. A big thank you again for checking out this content here on Run Productions. I hope Matteo got all those ants out of his shoes. That putt. A big thank you as always to our Patreon supporters. Check us out again at patreon.com/AceRunPro. Become an Ace Runner. Thank you for checking out the content. Like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you right back here for the final round of the Tennessee State Disc Golf Championships.